everybody, this is Picture Black here, and welcome to the Skulls General Reviews number 51, in which today I'm going to be taking a look at Time Hunter, The Severed Man by George Mann. So without further ado, let us begin this Doctor Who book review by taking a look at the presentation of this Doctor Who Telos novella. So without further ado, let us begin this review. So for the sort of cover itself, we have Time Hunter, the Sharpshooter logo set against this sort of very nice sort of obsidian sort of background in purple. Then for the spine we have the Severed Man, George Mann, Telos, and then it's just a continuation of the purple sort of obsidian effects on the back. As you can see, very nice sort of effects for the cover overall. And then for the interior of this Doctor Who book, we just have a few sort of blank purpley pages at the front there. And then we have Time Hunter, The Severed Man, George Mann, limited, signed and numbered edition. This is number 27 of 150. George Mann's autograph, and then George Mann printed at the bottom down there. Time Hunter, The Severed Man by George Mann, and where we have various copyright guff, the sort of synopsis on the Time Hunter series, which is an essential bit of context to the entire Time Hunter series, I would say. And then we have dedication, and then there we have a start of this Doctor Who Telos novella. This is a 126 page long Telos novella spread across that amount of pages, a prologue and 4 parts, as it's called in the book itself, like 4 different like episode things that all have their own individual sort of chapters and stuff within them, so a bit of chapter inception, I guess you'd say. And then at the back of this Doctor Who book we have the sort of final chapter, which leads into Echoes, the next Time Hunter book in the series, as this is actually a multi-part novel with Echoes. And then there we've got a bit about the author, acknowledgements, and then further at the back we have advertisements for Time Hunter books that were published at the time of the publication of this Telos novella. And there we've got advertisement for the Time Hunter film, Deimos Rising, which acts as a bit of continuity for multiple Doctor Who things. And then there we've got advertisements for other books published by Telos there, with more sort of blank pages at the back, and the inbuilt fabric bookmark exclusive to this deluxe edition of this Time Hunter hardback. With the presentation out of the way for this Time Hunter Deluxe, what is the general consensus and my own personal thoughts and opinions on this Telos novella? As for the general consensus of this Time Hunter adventure, it is fairly negative overall. Like with most from the range, unfortunately, for some reason, with the general consensus, if I was to state the general consensus on the Time Hunter range, it's very mixed, I would say. Well, generally quite negative. Like loads of the books on Goodreads don't even reach 3 stars, which is a bit disappointing in my opinion. With an average rating of 2.67 out of 5. So in other words, just barely above average, with ratings ranging no higher than 3 stars. Do I agree or disagree with the general consensus? Let us find out. By this point in time, I have collected almost every single one of the Time Hunter books, and read 7 out of the 12 that there are, counting Cabinet of Light, and from their own range of the 11 books that there are, this is the best one for me so far. Quality-wise, the range has been a little shaky with me, with 2 pretty bad ones, 2 I don't really have a definitive rating for at this point, and 2 others that I can say were very good, this being one of them. Like my other likes one, The Winning Side, This book jumps about a bit with timelines, jumping from about 4 to 5 different times, and even about 10 in the space of a few paragraphs, thanks to the time-sensitive abilities of Honro. Basically a massive sort of flashback scene that's like 10 flashbacks within one flashback scene. Book overall is split across a prologue and 4 parts and or episodes that in turn have their own chapters, as I mentioned earlier. The self-titled first episode introduces us to the story nicely, starting to build layers of the story with the introduction of Honro's time-sensitive nightmares and the titular Severed Man, as he is called. The second episode takes us back to 1892, where Emily and Honro encounter a murder, as well as the titular character of the novella once again. The third and fourth episodes take us on a murder mystery, with Emily and Honro figuring out what is going on and who or what the Severed Man is, whilst jumping across multiple times and ending in quite a big cliffhanger leading into Time Hunter Echoes. Overall, despite having a fairly slow start to it and it generally being a bit convoluted, I still enjoyed this book quite a bit overall, and it does get me interested for the next novella, Echoes, and I would probably say out of the ones that I've read, this is my personal favourite Time Hunter book so far out of the main range.